Hello and welcome to another episode of Sean Talks. And today we have Jaiden here with me. Hi Jaiden. So Jaiden, what do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm working as an online sales assistant manager at a hardware store.
Hardware store is what we call in Chinese called 五金店,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So you all sell all the miscellaneous stuff.
Not just miscellaneous, from
Okay.
small screw to big machines like generators, compressors, sliding table saws, the kind of.
So for like the daily things that we need, like toolbox, like screws,
Yeah.
light bulbs.
DIY tools also have.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Last time when I was younger, or even till now, right, hardware store, right, is those that is able to find your like friendly neighborhood. And right now you are penetrating online.
Yeah, my boss and I are one of the pioneers to bring digitalization into this traditional business.
Okay, so how does that work online? Like, do you demonstrate the products that you actually have, or like?
We are very active on all sorts of social medias like
Okay.
Instagrams, TikToks, and for me myself, my primary job would be running the online store
Okay.
and also engaging with leads from the online sales channels.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Today, I want to buy a screwdriver, and I do not need to physically go and find a hardware store. I can just check out your socials and actually purchase from there, and it'll be delivered to my house.
Yes, correct.
So you sell all sorts of hardware.
Mostly everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything that you need for your household.
We are
you
called
can find.
etching hing lah, but I think if our boss is Angmo, right, we're gonna call Amazon.
Okay. So it's like a Doraemon. Whatever you want, you have it. It's all there.
Yeah.
And it's all on your social. So you were saying that you are in charge of the social space of the shop that you're actually selling your products in.
Not exactly in charge, but I'm involved with it.
Okay,
I think the right now the social media will be mainly run by my boss.
I see. So what is one thing that you actually love about your job?
Personally, I myself I like to do sales lah. It's basically about making things happen. So
Okay.
it's very happy to see. Like back then we were only like a team of 3 person, me, my boss, another colleague.
Alright.
And then right now we are becoming bigger, a team of 5. Actually,
Mhm.
including the social media team, it could be a team of 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sales figure wise is going up. Then the social media presence also going up. So I think making the things happen is what makes me happy there.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And when you talk about, say, social media presence, what do you actually mean by that? Because to me, right, a screwdriver is just a screwdriver. I already know what I want. So what kind of content do you actually do to actually elevate the sales or elevate awareness in this case?
I think from the aims that me and my boss have is that in the previous time, everyone's just have to, those old times they all use the physical catalogs
Okay.
to build to all the machines.
Alright.
And if you have this, then you're gonna pick up a call and then, hey brother, you have this or then you deliver to my house or my shops lah. Mostly with business with business lah.
Okay.
Like those industrial users.
I see.
So after we have this social media presence, the recent instance, right, was that I will have this video where I'm introducing a semi-electrical stackers. Some of authority officer, right, actually saw it
Okay.
and he realized that his department needs it.
Okay.
He texts me and we go through all the paperwork and we actually got it.
So it's an electrical stacker.
Yeah.
So what is an electrical stacker?
Is those stackers lifting the machine, the things up and down like
Okay,
that.
so
Yeah.
it's not really for household, it's more for like
Not just
companies.
we are not just for households, we do
Okay,
for everything.
okay,
So for
okay.
households, usually there are also a lot of DIY videos that people can find on. But mostly when you see those videos, you'll be thinking like, where can I get this item? Where can I get this item? So
I see.
Yeah, the
I
shops
see.
that you can look
Okay,
for.
okay, understand. Because like the product is there, you just teach people how to actually use it
Yep.
on your social media.
Yep,
I think
yeah.
that's a very interesting approach because like what I mentioned just now, right? Last time if you want to buy a screwdriver or whatnot, right? You will just read the instruction manual and try to YouTube it. But in this case, you display how the functionality of this product through your social media, which is on your TikTok,
Yeah.
Instagram.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. So people
that's
who-
our main goal right now.
yeah, because I think that's pretty amazing and super cool because, right, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, when I bought a shelf from IKEA, all I have is just graphics on how to fix it. Like recently, I bought a shelf or rather a table, right, from Taobao, and it's just a physical paper of instruction how to actually assemble the product. But in this case, what I'm trying to say is that you will guide them on how to use the product. I see. So I think that's a very, very cool approach, something that, correct me if I'm wrong again, IKEA doesn't have, which is your USP. What is the most challenging part of a job if that's the case?
Right now, I'm an assistant manager, which is
Mhm.
completely different from the jobs that I had previously, which is just a salesperson.
Okay.
Where I only have to deal with customers.
Okay.
So right now, I'm learning
Okay.
how to deal with my colleagues as well. How
Okay.
to push them even higher without putting much stress on them as well.
I see.
That's-
So you have to manage people in a way.
Yeah. It's the biggest challenge that I have right now. Lah.
I see. I mean, you can just like learn along the way and stuff. Like if you have good relationship with your so-called with your team member, somehow you actually increase the sales volume. More or less, it's something like what I'm doing because I'm running a team as well. And motivating people is always the key thing to deliver success for any organization or any firm, in my opinion. To make your team members happy and in a way willing to work lah, I feel. Okay, so prior to this, because you're talking a lot about like say social media space, about man management and stuff like that. Prior to this, right, do you have any knowledge or experience, or is this like you just go there and learn?
Oh yeah, maybe I can tell you how I landed this job
Okay.
before this lah. So I actually, before this, you know that I was working in Zara, right?
Alright.
Yeah, so Zara, one of the retail shops, suffered quite a lot during the COVID time.
Okay, fair
because,
enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the income goes down a lot. I decided that I have to find a way out.
Okay.
So I sent out all the resume because Zara was the first job I had here. Also,
Yes.
also was my only job.
Yes.
So didn't get any reply. Then I
Okay.
met a recruitment agent.
Okay.
And I told him about, like I told you before, like I was actually running side hustles, selling on carousels, running my own Instagram page.
Okay.
So he advised me to put all those into my resume,
Uh-huh.
and I straight away get this job interview. And this is the only one I went to, and this is the one I landed.
I see, I
I'm
see.
grateful that my boss Terence, even though he know that I didn't have any paper qualifications in
Yup.
this field, but he decided to give me a chance, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I landed this job.
And I'm quite sure they actually paid off quite well, because at the end of the day, I believe that paper certs, right, is just an entry level, but the skill sets and life skills, experiences that you have done or even like went through for the past many years are the ones that are actually the most important. Because I know Jaiden for very long already. Like since I started my business, right, he was one of my first few clients also. And the reason why I'm actually getting him on today's show is because I have witnessed the hard work and the hustle that he has been through. So, Jaiden, prior to this, you were saying that you are working in Zara. Share with us more about your journey when you came to Singapore. When was it when you first came to Singapore?
I think it was the near end of 2018.
2018. So, what made you come
about
over?
6 years. I was in KL. I wasn't really someone who is stable in jobs, so I hurdled around all the different jobs. Then I realized that I'm not making enough money.
Okay.
Then I decided to start to find more jobs.
Okay.
And I realized there was this particular recruitment post that I saw, which is from Uniqlo. 2,000 Sing dollars in Singapore,
Okay.
and also 2,000 ringgit in Malaysia.
All
Okay.
right.
But that is the pay that they give you.
Mm.
So we all talk about disposable income, right?
Yes.
So you have to deduct all the expenses.
Yes.
So let's say you deduct all the expenses, right? In KL, the more or less is the same.
Mm.
In the end, let's say you are left with 500 Sing dollars
Mm.
and you're left with 500 ringgit.
Okay.
That's where the differences will come in.
Fair enough. As we all know,
So-
Sing dollars is stronger than like,
Yeah,
Malaysian
correct.
ringgit.
And
okay.
and since then there was about 2.98. Right now it's 3.3
Yep.
recently. So yeah,
Okay.
it's growing.
Okay. So when you were here for the first time, you were working in Zara, and were you doing any side gigs along the way, or?
Yeah, the time when I first came here, I decided to use my spare time because you also know when I first came here, I don't really have a lot of friends. So which means I have a lot of free time. So I used those time I did different kind of jobs. Let's say the hand Zara has this overnight shift.
Okay.
Where you know how those shopping malls, right? Every time you open up at 10 a.m., right? All the new products are already on the shelf.
Okay.
All the new shipments are already there. Like maybe 2 nights of the whole week, right? There will be new shipments coming in. There will be people staying overnight in that mall
Okay.
to open up all the new shipments and display it on the
So
shelf.
you were one of them.
Yes,
So
yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. From in the daytime, right? You work your shift.
Yeah.
Then when they needed extra help at night, you volunteer.
I mean, they pay me.
Oh,
It
they-
doesn't-
They pay you. They pay you to.
I heard that they made the shift compulsory right now lah. So
Okay.
that time they pay me.
Ah.
So the scariest shift that I went through was I had a full shift, which is 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Then I rest for a while. Then we start at about 11:30 or 12 when the shipments come at midnight.
Okay.
Then all the way until 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning.
morning.
Usually. Once we finish,
Wow.
I go back, I rest a little bit, and then I come back in the afternoon shift 1 to 11.
Wow, that's amazing. Because right, I think that for us Singaporean shoppers, or rather like shoppers like me, right, whenever we go to a new shop, we tend to see like, hey, wow, the new product, the new season, things are all on display. We do not actually pay attention to how does it actually appear there,
Yeah.
which is actually the hard work of all the sales assistants who put in the night shift and like yourself like that. Work close to 24 hours.
That was the crazy shift that I did lah. Right now, I don't think I don't encourage that as well lah.
Yeah, I mean,
And I can't do it anymore right
yeah,
now.
so that's a very hustle in your from
The
your
10
end,
years,
right?
the 10 years, yeah. Because I didn't know what else can make money. My knowledge stays with using hard work to turn into money.
I see.
So using time and hard work to exchange money.
Okay, and I also understand from our years of friendship that you you actually run an online sports apparel, which you actually are required to go back Malaysia to do your stock take and jaga your business in
Actually, no need to do any stock take lah. So what I did that back time was drop shipping lah.
Okay.
So like I told you before, when I was in Zara, I was using my hard work labor
yes.
to do extra money, right? Then I
Yes.
realized that I might be young and energetic that time lah,
Yes.
but I can't do that forever.
Yep.
And I see like, you know, people, especially Malaysians who go in and out of customs.
Yes.
Yeah, like every day. You see how their life like, it's not easy for me lah. Then I realized, I can't do that anymore. So I start to use like read books and learn how to earn money without actual labor into it.
Yep.
So that's where I discovered dropshipping.
I
So
see.
that was the suppose how you have to run a business. You have to have a shops, you have to go there and you have to do everything stock takes or deliveries yourself.
Okay.
But what I did was I found actually it didn't start with a business lah. I was buying jerseys from my friends
Okay.
for some teams, like you know,
Okay.
team jersey that we made for our team as well. Yeah, I realized the seller was quite friendly with me lah, and we quite ngam lah. Then at one point he will just ask me like, hey, why don't you start selling for me?
Okay.
Then that's where it comes off.
So the opportunity came and you
Yeah,
took it lah.
and then slowly I streamline the flow where their orders come in, then I would help them to do the orders, and then that seller, which has become my supplier,
Okay.
he will help me to produce the shirts and also help me to deliver over.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Last time you work Zara in the day, sometimes you do work Zara at night. Then weekends you need to do your job shipping.
Off days, yeah.
Wow. So there's like multiple jobs
Yeah.
in a way. But right now you realize that all these things is using time and effort to earn the money.
Even for dropshipping, yes, because
Ah.
even there is some passivity in the income itself,
Yeah.
it still takes some effort lah.
I
Especially when the product is finally in Singapore and
Yes.
I need to deliver to the team in Singapore.
Yep.
Sometimes the courier cook out and I have to personally
Physically go
deliver.
down and deliver it. So that takes up a lot of time and effort. as well
Correct,
from
correct,
you.
yeah.
Okay. And I understand like in your free time, right, you actually read out a lot about financial literacy, a lot about financial knowledge, and you actually have an Instagram or rather a social account teaching Malaysians who are in Singapore on how to actually be financial literate or financial savvy in a way, correct, right? Why don't you share with us like what made you create that account or get you inspired to do it in the first place, despite your busy schedule?
I don't dare to say I read a lot, but
Okay.
I'm very interested in them.
Okay.
And I start to read articles or just YouTubes or then of course books to understand more about them lah.
Okay.
Then in the beginning I never thought of sharing it. I only share to my friends like nearby me. Then at one point I realized that when I share with my friends, it's very difficult for me to express because back then I think right now also I'm still learning how to properly express my opinions and also basically influencing people lah.
Okay.
Then at one point I realized, why I so interested in money is because basically I doesn't come from a very rich family lah,
Okay.
and I have seen a lot of financial mistake from the people around me since I was growing up. Then I wanted to like, is there a better way to do this? If that thing happened to me again, I want to know what I can do, or at least I know who I can ask.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
which is why I met you. So then I realized, okay, right now I know all these kind of things. I want to teach to my friends. I want to share to my friends, whoever will need it. Then that's why I decided to use social media as one of the platform to express my
I see.
opinions. Yeah.
And there are lots of like Malaysians who are working in Singapore followers in this aspect, right? They want to know like how is it like living in Singapore, how do you actually manage your finances. So use it as an education tool to so-called share with them your financial knowledge and how is it like to live in Singapore. At the end of the day, right, why are you even working so hard for?
If you ask me back then and right now, right, the priority might have shifted lah.
Okay.
Back then, it was more like I am more worried about things because growing up, right, a lot of things goes wrong in my life, and those things are mostly financially related.
Okay.
Like because I can't this because I don't have enough money, something like that. Then right now, I can't say that I have enough money lah. Money will never be enough, but I'm at least in a more financially stable place. And I realized that I still have to work hard for the money because I want to live my life lah.
Okay.
As in like there are a lot more in life that you can't do without money.
Oh, fair enough. I
Yeah.
think that's totally true as well. What are the advice that you give to a fellow Malaysian or foreigner coming to Singapore to work? Today, for example, I'm living in Malaysia. I share the same opinions as you. I want to come to Singapore to hustle, to earn a living. What advice will you give it to me?
Start to explore and also understand more about the value of money, time, and also energy.
money, time, and energy.
Yeah, correct.
In what aspect?
Because let's say right,
Yeah.
back then when I first come to Singapore, right, I don't have money. I have a lot of time lah, and I have a lot of energy.
Okay, because you were
So
still young back then.
yeah.
Okay.
Right now I'm more financially stable, have a well-paying job from my boss, thanks to my boss. Thank you, boss. I have not good enough money, but a better money
Yep.
position. But then I don't have time. You have to ask for leave, right, to go for
Yeah.
vacation. No, I'm not saying about you, boss. Then my energy level is also not as good as back then already.
Okay.
Then I think most of us are trapped into this cycle, where the next stage will be like you are about to get retired. So you confirm have more money, let's hope so, and then maybe have time, maybe don't, but
Okay.
you don't have energy.
To a fellow Malaysian, someone who wants to work in Singapore, you give them three advice: money, time, and effort.
Because I think everyone, especially Malaysia, right, when they come over to Singapore, especially right now since the rental is so high, right, the first thing they're gonna be deciding would be they're gonna stay in Singapore or they have to stay in Malaysia.
Okay. So that's where the time factor comes into the play.
Correct, yeah.
Then you need to have energy to actually travel back and forth as well.
Correct.
So it's whether a fellow foreigner, like a fellow Malaysian, thinks whether is it worth it to actually come over to work, because something has to pay off, either time, money, or effort. That's interesting. And one cool thing about yourself, because I know that previously you were a financial advisor or insurance agent back in Malaysia.
So very short period of
for a
time.
very short period of time, but still you know about the products, you know how insurance works. How does insurance differ in Malaysia versus Singapore?
Wow, differ a lot.
Okay.
Like the time you I never support you in that. So cause Sean that time wanted to get so plans lah, but
Yeah.
that's where I realized the difference are too big.
Okay.
In the sense that right now I'm on the I bought Malaysia plan, which it has medical card, it has the personal accident, it also has investment and also accidental death.
So basically Malaysia
And critical
insurance, 5
5 in one,
in one.
300 ringgit per month. But then when you come to Singapore, and I mean details, and I was like, wow, everything is different. But because the healthcare here is even higher,
Yeah.
So you have like medical cards split out, hospitalization split out.
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a hospitalization, personal accident, life. There's
also one thing that a lot of Malaysians who are working in Singapore have to decide lah. Then one small thing that lots of people don't know is that once you hit S-Pass or E-Pass, right, you are not compulsory covered by your company. I don't know S-Pass correct or not lah, but
Okay.
E-Pass, yeah.
Yeah, so for E-Pass, you are not compulsorily covered by the organization they're actually working for.
Yeah.
So you have to go and seek your own personal
Yeah.
insurance.
So let's say I bought Malaysia insurance plans, right? You have to check, not just listen to your agents, you have to check yourself. The tick policy that they give you and you never read and you put in the shelf, right?
Okay.
You have to read lah. Like some of them will say that if you stay out of Malaysia for 90 days, then you are not covered anymore.
I see. So really take note of the T and C's, because the agent
Correct.
might tell you one thing, but the policy contract might tell you something else.
Correct.
I see. I think that's very, very interesting, because I think that a lot of Malaysians just assume that they are covered, but they're actually not covered. And in an event when things actually happen, that's where things get quite complicated and messy. So, Jaiden, what is your goal for the future?
Right now is continue learning lah.
It's never stop learning.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Because recently also I
Nice.
have not really say discovered, but a lot of new questions coming into my mind lah.
Okay.
So for example, like okay, right now we will think that money is more important than time, right? Because we never know between money and time, we always choose money. Most of us are. Okay.
Especially if you're a working adult, young working adult lah.
Yeah, correct. So there are friends around me who recently like they got pregnant
Oh,
and
okay.
they are going to be father.
Okay.
And from what I see is that it's not that simple anymore. Once you reach a certain level, right, with the power of credit, like credit card, the housing, the cars actually get much more affordable in life. A lot of things will get much and more affordable in life. But the thing is, the time isn't. The time will only get more and more expensive.
True.
So let's say if you are going higher in your career, you can't take leave simply anymore.
Yeah. You have money, but you don't have time.
Correct, yeah. So how many of us can, let's say our wife get pregnant, I don't have wife yet lah.
Okay.
Let's say our future partner get pregnant, right? And we can guarantee say that we can be with them every single visit or during their labor.
I mean, to be honest, is to watch your kids grow.
Correct, yeah.
To spend quality time with your kids.
Yeah.
To attend your kids' graduation, to be there for your kids' like first ever performance and stuff like that. Because like what you mentioned just now, progress through the hierarchy of a corporate ladder, climb on the corporate ladder, right? You might not have time to actually do that. No doubt you can take leave, but you cannot anyhow take leave.
Even if you take leave also, still have to attend to the things in
Yeah, correct. So
at
you are
work,
there,
yeah.
but not really there, not
Correct.
physically there as well. So that's something that you feel that is very, very crucial.
Yeah, right now that would be my next target of the next stage, the
I
coming
see.
stages of
And
my
one
life
thing
lah.
cool is that you were telling me prior to this podcast, right, is that you took your private diploma in Singapore. So
Ah.
you single-handedly save up money for that private diploma.
That was during the Zara time lah. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually studied in finance as well.
Nice.
I wanted to go into the finance sector. After finishing the private diploma, I realized it wasn't that easy. Because like Singapore, they doesn't just take your private diploma as it is. They still count the hours of your
Yeah, that's
courses
true as well.
I didn't know that because I don't think Malaysia have that lah. Maybe they have lah. I don't know lah.
Okay.
Then GG. Then after that, I still managed to land a few interviews. But the funny thing about there was this round of interview was that I went through all three rounds of interviews. At the end stage, when they finally decided I passed, I think lah, they asked me, "Are you a PR?"
So you said no. So
I was like,
shouldn't
"Yeah."
they ask you in the first place?
Shouldn't they ask me in the first place? Oh, walao eh.
I mean, oh well, things are like that at the end of the day. So to wrap things out, what are the 3 things that you actually look out for in an insurance agent?
The key point is that you are making a well-informed decision. So what I like about you,
Oh, thank you.
is that you are giving proper informations. Like all the policies, right? I mean, I don't have to read that, but at least you simplify it. You don't anyhow cover anything of it.
Okay.
And also think to MAS is more stricter in Singapore lah.
Yep.
So that's what the first thing is, that you are making informed decision with the help of your insurance agents.
Okay.
Yeah. And the second thing is that you are finding the product that is the most suitable for you at your current stages of life. Yeah, because your priority will shift with the stages of life.
Yep.
Then the next would be, I think, a friendship.
I see. Someone who actually grow old with you.
Yeah.
And actually vibe with you. Like what I always say, relationship is the most important thing.
Correct,
so
correct.
thanks for being here with us, Jaiden. Do you have any things that you want to share with our listeners? Any shout outs to your company? You know, where can we follow you? How do we get to see your TikTok on fixing ladders and tables and stuff like that? Any last words?
You can find us on social media, TikTok, YouTube. For me, myself, I would like to say Memento Mori lah. So this is the motto that I've been living since I come to Singapore. I discovered these stoicisms whereby it means that remember you will die someday. So there are a lot more in life, more than just work, more than just money. I know that everyone just travel back and forth from the work to MRTs, but if you have time, come out and discover the life.
So there are more things in life than money. Appreciate the little things in life.
Simplest thing would be to start with just workout lah.
Yeah.
So actually every Monday I'm running a workout sessions at National Stadium.
That's nice. What do
Hey,
you
you also
do?
don't know,
Running?
right? So we do HIITs,
Okay.
we do kickboxing, we do yoga, and also running lah.
So for any of you guys who want to pick up a new sport or just want to join a fun community to learn about kickboxing, HIIT and stuff like that, please let our friend Jaiden know. Thank you so much for being here with us today. See you soon.
Bye bye.